Thank you, Brittany. Our guest speaker this morning is U.S. Senator Johnny Isakson, now in his second term in the Senate, continuing a long and distinguished career of public service in Georgia and our nation. Introducing Senator Isakson this morning is rising sophomore Roxy Ellard, a Gate of Opportunity Scholar from Roswell, Georgia, double majoring in management and marketing. Roxy also swims for Barry. I'm told, I have it on good word, that when she learned to swim, she could only swim backwards. Roxy has been moving forward in every way since then, distinguishing herself academically, in sport, and in her work for our Vice President for Enrollment Management. I will let Roxy tell you how she came to know Senator Isakson, but I can think of no one better to welcome him to Barry this morning than the incomparable Roxy Ellard.
I first met Senator Johnny Isakson in September of 2010 in the United States Senate Chamber. He was the sponsoring senator who gave me the opportunity to serve a semester in the U.S. Capitol with 30 students from across the country. We were all juniors in high school chosen by our states through a rigorous selection process. Of the senators available to sponsor me, I could not have asked for a better one than Senator Isakson. He might not know this, but all of the pages knew him as the awesome senator who served as our grandfather figure and the senator who really enjoyed Snickers candy bars. Senator Isakson went above and beyond the call of being a sponsoring senator. He treated me to breakfast, wrote recommendation letters, introduced me to great people, and checked up on me every time he had the opportunity. The other pages would always tell me how they wish Senator Isakson could have been their sponsoring senator and how cool he was. My friends were so right. I was truly blessed to have Senator Isakson not only as a sponsoring senator, but also as a friend. During my time in D.C., my father passed away of colon cancer, and Senator Isakson and his staff were very gracious in helping me and my family in every way possible during this time. When President Friggs asked me if I would help invite Senator Isakson to speak at Barry's commencement, I was overjoyed. I knew that Senator Isakson could relate to Barry's students and that his knowledge will help guide these graduates in their next steps. Senator Isakson encompasses Martha Barry's mission of integrating the head, heart, and hands. He graduated from the University of Georgia in 1966, and yes, this once, we will permit UGA to be counted as using your head. He has had a heart and passion for his country, which was first exemplified in 1966 when he served in the National Guard for 6 years. And he has shown his hands for the past 30 years by being an extraordinary leader for Georgia and the United States. If there is one thing I have learned about Senator Isakson that I too hope to be known for one day, it will be how he genuinely cares for others and does whatever possible to help them succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you United States Senator for Georgia, Johnny Isakson.
The best advice I will give you today is if you haven't met Roxy Ellard, make it a point to do so. She's one of the most enchanting, challenging, wonderful people I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and that meant a lot to me, Roxy. Thank you very much. 25 years ago this month, I was invited to give my first commencement address. The officers of the senior class of Walton High School, where my son was about to graduate, asked me to give the graduation speech at my oldest son's graduation. I thought I had really arrived. My ego got big, and it got big in a hurry. And I knew I was going to have to make the speech of a lifetime. And I remember locking the door in my room in my office and pulling out a pad to write this great work of art that I was going to deliver in a few days at my son's graduation. And I sat there for 2 hours and nothing came to me. The slate was blank. I didn't know what to think of. So I decided I'd look back in my history. I'd think about my graduations and the great speakers I heard from and the message that they delivered. I remembered the look of pride on my mother and father's face, the beautiful venues where my graduations took place. I remembered the music that was played. I even remembered the good-looking blonde sitting to my right. But for the life of me, I couldn't remember who spoke at my graduation